Hi all, welcome to Gardener's World. Welcome to Beanie Composter. It's already autumn, and if you're in the garden you'll start noticing loads of leaves are falling off the trees. So I thought today's video would be good to do on putting leaves in the hot bin. So if you're regular to our channel, you'll know that we've got quite a small garden here. And for me, I like to, make sure if the leaves are falling that they're not left on the grass for too long, because otherwise I find it can, they can sort of rot on the grass and it can ruin the grass. But anyway, most people in the gardening world would know leaves like this would be classed as gardener's gold. And if you're, if you're into your gardening and you've got a lot of leaves, then you probably collect them and use them to make leaf mould. Well, I do the same, and I'm not going to show you how to do that because you can go online and find loads of videos on how to do that. But if you are going to put them in your hot bin, then there are certain procedures you need to follow. So leaf mould is made from decaying leaves, and it's an invaluable soil conditioner. But if you haven't got time or the space to make leaf mould in its natural form, then there's no harm in putting those leaves into your hot bin and creating the goodness that way. Most leaves contain a substance on them that make them really hard to break down, and the shinier they are, the longer they're going to take to break down. So there's two main problems when it comes to putting leaves into your hot bin. Number one is leaves tend to mat together really well. So that means when they start getting wet, they'll create an impermeable, how do you say that word?
Impermeable?
Yeah, impermeable barrier, so the air can't get through, and then your hot bin will just start going cold. So don't add too many, and if you can, then go over your leaves with like a lawnmower first to break them right down and shred them up. So when you collect your leaves, make sure they're nice and dry, or if they are wet, then dry them out first before you put them in the hot bin. Otherwise you'll just be adding too much moisture into the hot bin and they're all clogged together, like I say. So number one tip is make sure they're dry. And leaves tend to take a long time to break down, and especially leaves like this that are shiny, they'll take forever in normal composting, and in the hot bin they will break down. But what you've got to do is like break them up quite small. As I say, you could go over with a lawnmower, and you don't have to go real small, but if you just help by cutting them, that's going to help to break down the process quicker. And that way they're going to rot down quicker, and you're less likely to get that clogging up from them all matting together. Leaves are also very carbon heavy, so that means you need to be adding a lot of nitrogen and greens into your compost as well. So don't go adding tons and tons of leaves without adding grass or kitchen caddy waste, that sort of stuff as well, because you need to balance out that carbon and nitrogen for them to break down. If you just put leaves in too many, then that's not going to break down very quickly, and it's going to slow down your composting process. Not the best example, but that is actually rhubarb, and most of you will probably know that the leaves are actually poisonous. So although the leaves are poisonous for us, actually when they go into the soil they're not going to really cause any effect on anything, so they can also go into your compost. Well guys, I think I'm going to have the smallest rhubarb crumble in history tonight. But as I say, with leaves you need to make sure you're just breaking them down a bit by just cutting them up. And Lilandi, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's this one, you know, the dreaded one that grows massive and blocks out all the light. But some of you probably got that as hedges, and if you have, it's when you do cut it, you end up with so much stuff that you probably won't be able to get that in your hot bin. But if you've maybe just got 1 or 2 trees and you just give it a trim now and again, then once again that is suitable to go into your hot bin. You just need to cut that up quite small again. If you are trimming larger parts of the tree and you have got a tool that, you know, shreds all the branches.
Shredder.
Yeah. So if you are trimming larger parts of the tree and you've got a shredder, then you can put all the branches and leaves through the shredder, and you can just add that, you know, a bit by bit into your hot bin over time. And some people think that if you add too much of this, it is going to make your compost quite acidic. What is it?
Acidic.
Acidic, but once it composts down, it doesn't actually cause too much problem in your soil, and it will go back to a neutral pH. Am I filling you all with so much bullshit? I don't know. Perhaps we shouldn't say that, innit? If you've got plants with disease, so like we've got the pear trees got rust spots, and most of you probably this year would have had tomato blight or potato blight, they can still go in the hot bin, no problem. And the same with like rose leaves, if they're diseased, they are all fine to go in as long as you're hot composting. The missus, she hates me putting stuff like that in, but you know, you can't tell them everything, can you?
I'm gonna watch you from now on.
Some leaves like holly can be a real pain. Holly leaves, they can just go in. I just throw them straight in when they fall off the holly tree. Just be careful, because you get a few swear words come out when you prick your fingers with those ones. Coming closer. With your leaves, one good thing to mix with them is grass if you've got it, because that balances everything else, balances it all out. And you know, I just find a bucket full like that is fine to put in each time, so every other day. So we've got the leaves and the grass, just going to add those in. We're actually, you know, nice and hot. And the other day the missus came home from work and she goes, "I've got a lovely present for you." And I thought, crikey, she's got some stockings and suspenders. But no way, guess what it was? Oh, show them. I can't lift this up that high, I got a bad back. So she brought me home from work some cross-shredded paper, which I have to say, in the Hotbin composter, works a treat. But yeah, I'm still searching for the stockings and suspenders. I'll let you know if I find them. But definitely a cross-shredder. What is it? Cross shredder is definitely the way forward if you're going to replace your normal ribbon shredder. And all the people that have said they're really good, well, yeah, I can see why. So, mixing your leaves, I've got the grass and the paper there, and they're going to break down happily. By the time they come out the bottom, they should have disappeared. And it's, it's nearly, it's the end of September, and from me getting it hot, we're still keeping it, nice and hot at the moment. So just see what we're going up to. We're doing well at the moment with the temperature, so hope that all inspires you to keep yours going hot. Okay guys, summary on the bench. If you've got leaves coming out your ear holes like I have at the moment, then you are going to get rid of them in the hot bin. It's just going to take you a little while. And if you've got a larger garden, then I would recommend making proper leaf mould, because that's, excellent for your garden anyway. If you've not got space or the time to make leaf mould, then all leaves will go in the hot bin, no problem, and break down pretty quickly. Just if you can, give them a helping hand by going over them with a lawnmower so you can shred them up a little bit. And most and foremost, make sure they're nice and crisp and dry before you put them in. So all I would say is with leaves is treat them pretty much like our grass video, grass in the hot bin, little and often, lots of bulking agent and shredded paper or cardboard, and you'll have no problems at all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button and leave us some comments, and until next time, happy composting and enjoy.